Hey guys, this video is about how I build a war base from scratch to be anti-3 star. And sorry it's going to be a long video because there's a lot to do. The first thing I do, and this may change with the introduction of the new poison spell, and this is for Town Hall 9. I have all Town Hall 9 defenses. I don't have any Town Hall 10 defenses, even though I am a Town Hall 10. I'm a 9.5. Yeah, the first thing I do is I put the clan castle down, and that may change with the introduction of the poison spell, or it may not. But the clan castle is going to be the center of my base, always. And what I do from here, and this has always been my process, is I spread point defenses out along the edges of the clan castle lure range. And what that's doing is it's kind of setting like the skeleton, the structure of my base. It's kind of defining how big my base is going to be. From experience of building a lot of bases, if the back edge of my defenses are touching this this ring, that means it's going to be a rather large base. If they're like right about here, it's going to be kind of a medium base, and then a small base kind of barely fits within them. For this base building video, I'm going to do, I'll do a large base. And then we'll just see where my imagination takes me. Everyone's different. The way I do my process, it can happen differently every single time. It's very generic, or not generic at all, sorry, that's a horrible word for it. It's very unique because there's just so many different ways it can go. And I've seen other people do it a similar way, and it always produces different results. And you'll notice patterns in the bases I do, but those patterns can be changed, especially by a different designer. So all my point defenses are down, and these are all going to get moved around. This is in no way a definite setup. It's just kind of to show me what I have to work with, where I want to put things. Then the next thing I do is I start putting in base features. Base features are things like hard to reach Archer Queen, or air defenses that are hard to go Laloon, or double giant bomb positions. And what I'm going to start off with is I'm going to incorporate my double giant bomb positions into my air defense design. And I'm going to do this in a very unique way. I don't think a lot of people do this the way I'm about ready to do it. But I'm going to make untraditional giant bomb positions. Oh, and I have one extra giant bomb at Town Hall 10, so I'm just going to set that to the side. Actually, that's a horrible position. Wahaha, much better. Okay, so now if hogs come in from this side, and I need to put this archer tower a little bit over here, so that way they come at it from the side, and then they go to that Tesla and they all die. And it's not something that's going to look like a double giant bomb position. However, that will create, will it or will it not? I think that'll leave one tile where people can put troops inside the base. So let me just see real quick. This might not be a valid thing at all. Nope, it's going to work out, I think. The lag. Yep, that works. So those are going to be going there, but I'm going to get rid of them. I don't like putting down walls so early. It kind of restricts what I can do. So there's one double giant bomb position. And now I'm going to put a more traditional on the other side. More traditional giant bomb position, so that way they don't, get any funny ideas and think, wait a minute, I don't see any double giant bomb positions at all. How can this work? I like using the air sweeper as a double giant bomb position because it's kind of it's got to go somewhere in the middle of the base. Might as well have it be incorporated into the design. And with these double giant bomb positions, I like to have storages in front of them. And I like to have storages in front of them to prevent hogs from pathing into them from this side. So those are two design features that I just incorporated into the base. And the next thing that I'm going to do is put down the queen. And I want the queen to be opposite of kind of everything else. And speaking with the queen, I'm going to put her a little bit centered more. I'm going to put my air defenses on the complete opposite side of her. And this wrecks my double giant bomb position. I'll put her to the side and air defense over here. And then I'll make sure to trap this side off so that way the queen won't go over there. Can't help you, Paul. Okay, and this is all just I'm just throwing things out right now. I'm probably going to change this a lot. It's definitely not a fast process. So, and I'm definitely going to want a lot of storages around the queen and a lot of low value things. And just to I can't put another double giant bomb position over here. I need to create a dead zone around this double giant bomb position. So that's one thing I can do. I can create a double giant bomb position in between this Tesla here, and that doesn't mess up the pathing at all of that other double giant bomb position. Because if I put a defense where I put that dark elixir storage, it's going to mess up this double giant bomb position, because then hogs will go to this side of the air defense and trip the bombs one at a time. And so there's not going to be a double giant bombs there, but with the Tesla there's no point. Yeah, bummer. There's no point because they won't be able to see that there's a double giant bomb position and it won't segment them. Maybe I'll create double giant bomb positions later on in the attack. I do think having a storage of some kind is good right there. How about Town Hall? That's a really big giant piece of space. It's a good spot for it. Okay. Now, one of the key designs that I want to build into this base is I want to make it a pain in the butt for them to kill the queen. And I'm going to do this with walls. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little block right here. And what this means is if they come from this direction, they have to ante up and throw a jump spell right there. So if they're going to try and get 2 air defenses and the queen, they're going to have to try and use 2 jump spells in order to make it happen. So hopefully that throws them off a little bit. And it's also nice to have overlapping air defenses, which I do. And then the other feature of this queen, I'm going to move this defense. I'm going to force them to have to come in a narrow range. Because I'm going to put another set of walls just like this. Usually I don't put walls down at this stage, but I am this time because it's a design feature. It's being incorporated into the design. And I'm going to have lots of videos on different design features. So if you don't know what any of them are right now, you'll be able to watch all my videos and just kind of pick and choose what you want and where. I'm going to make a generic anti-3-star base. Not a generic, but just kind of cover everything. You can make anti-Golaloon bases. You can make whatever your heart desires. You can have lots of different features that are unique to the base. And what this does is it means I can actually put the queen closer to this, and they're going to struggle to reach her even more. Let's get these going. I want to stagger them. I want to stagger my defenses. Actually, they're not even going to get surgical hogged anyway, so I don't need to stagger my defenses anywhere. But the dilemmas. I think it's a good idea to stagger them. On the queen side of the base, it's almost always a ground army coming that direction, so you might as well load up on cannons and ground type troops. And then I'm going to load this whole area up with lots of storages. We're going to make it difficult. We're going to make it a pain in the butt getting to that queen. Storages don't really help anywhere else in the base, So around her, she's going to get lots of storages. And definitely in the trash ring out here, she's also going to get lots of storages. And actually, just in general, walls don't really matter except for around the queen. If you have high-level walls, put them around the queen, because in an anti-3-star attack, that's where they're going to come from to try and get to her. And this is starting to look crazy at this point. I gotta dial back. I started working on my walls. I still have a lot more to do before I can start laying down walls. I got a ton of defenses to put down. Speaking of which, this guy right here. So, I still have my expos. I'm going to try and get them into the second layer, but staggered behind my other defenses. Kind of like this. Now I definitely want some Teslas staggered behind my other defenses, spread out around the base. Wizard towers and mortars. Great point defenses, even though they're not actually traditional point defenses. They're good. Mortars are good point defenses in particular. I like to put them ahead of the archer towers so that surgical hogs get drawn to them first, because they don't really have a whole lot of defensive value. Witch attacks and attacks that are foiled by mortars really are not very common at all. I'm going kind of light around the queen area, because that's the side that's going to get busted up, and I'd rather not invest too heavily with my troops, or with my defenses, because they're all just going to be smacking on golems. So let's see, getting too heavy over there. Need something kind of in front of this. Yeah, the pathing for this is good. They're going to go from the archer tower to the cannon. Maybe I'll move it a little bit more over there. Everything's still within that? Excellent. Not an easy pull at all. And like I said, pull might not even matter, but I'm going to be traditional with this base design. Still have one more wizard tower. What the heck? Let's put it over here, just in case they try and go crazy with whatchamacallit. No, I can't put it over there. It's going to ruin this double giant bomb position. That mortar kind of ruins the double giant bomb position too. So, archer tower is going to go over here. Wizard tower is going to go... I can't double up the wizard towers. You can double up the mortars, but you can't double up the wizard towers. And by double up, I mean put them in the same vicinity. So this is getting chaotic. Let's get a wizard tower right here. And that's next to an air defense, which usually isn't ideal. But I've got my other wizard towers way out of range of air defenses. Oh. And let's put the cannon ahead of the wizard tower, so that way frustration sometimes when I'm building bases. Okay, this absolutely looks like chaos, but believe me, it's going to start fitting together. Walls are actually the easiest thing to put into the base. And notice also that when I'm putting things down, I'm not making them touch very often. And that's kind of so I can leave room for walls to build around. I'm going to want to put the king on the opposite side of the base. Why not right in front of the town hall? It's a good spot for him. And there we go. I'm going to need some more storages around in the base to kind of slow things down. One or two storages here and there pretty much stops the go wipe. It's awesome how that works. Ooh. This Tesla would be better served right there, because it's going to path to that air defense and the double giant bomb is a lot easier. And also, not placing the town hall in the center of the base allows me to put defenses around the center of the base, and it makes it so they can't do a traditional U-shaped deployment. So, yeah. I'm going to take a break here and think of some inspiration of where I want to go. Hey guys, I'm back from my brain fart. So the reason what caused my brain fart is I'm actually ready to start filling in walls and other things, but in my mind I wasn't ready to, when in actuality I am. So the first thing I like to do is kind of divide the base into a couple of really big compartments, and then if I have walls left over, I can make the compartments smaller. So let's get that going. Get everything around the queen going first, because those are most important. Okay, so that's in a big compartment. Oh, and not all defenses have to be enclosed by walls, and I actually don't intend to enclose all my defenses in walls. That's definitely going to be the case with a lot of these mortars. A lot of these mortars are not going to get enclosed in walls, simply because I don't really have the space for them, so to speak. Probably that archer tower. I don't think I'm going to put that archer tower in walls inside the wall. Don't really need to. I'm not worried about go wipe, and that's about the only thing putting them in walls would really help with. I am going to put some walls over here, though, because I don't want to have too many defenses outside of walls. If I have extra walls left over, I can come back and enclose them or build them into my design. The lag when I'm doing this is driving me crazy. And yeah, I'm probably going to come back and make this not perfectly straight, but whatever. It's also a good idea sometimes just to have defenses outside the walls, because it messes up the golem pattern. Sometimes this lag makes me want to hurt myself. Not healthy, I know. Okay, I'm going to tuck. Actually, I like these mortars being out and kind of in front of things. This one, though, I'm going to tuck in. Excellent. So now it's time to start dividing up compartments. Let's get this compartment divided up. Lag is being really bad right now. Okay. This compartment is just way too huge. So let's get some of this going up. And I've got a lot of walls left, so there's going to be a lot of compartments built into this. King is just not well positioned, so things are going to have to move around a little bit for this wall that I've got here to work. I'm sure for you watching this video at some point you're like, what's he doing putting that wall out there? I didn't see it. Just a little mistake. So why can I not drag you? Okay, I'm going to take a pause and figure out why this lag is so bad. So I don't think my software can handle the length of this video. So we're just going to kind of roll with it and do the best we can. This double giant bomb compartment here, I need to break it up somehow. it's too big. It's not going to fit into this giant compartment. So I'm going to push everything over just a little bit. Okay. I'm actually going to leave this cannon outside the walls because otherwise it's going to be inefficient for bringing these walls like this. I'm going to make a part 2 to this video. My software can't handle this long of a video without being too laggy.